Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are here to do our weekly review for the third week of September 2024, if I'm not wrong. So this week I am a little bit late to the game because quite a lot happened, good and bad, so we're going to go through it. The way I'm going to do this today, and I'll try to do it in the next videos, is I'm going to start with a quick flip through of the week. And then I'm gonna go straight to the weekly review sheet, just so we have some kind of order when we do this. Okay, let's go ahead and start with the weekly flip through. So this is the week. As you can see, this is the weekly view. So like I said, quite a lot has happened and we're going to go through it. So on Monday and Tuesday I had interviews. So Monday it was the official interview. Tuesday the guy that interviewed me on Monday asked to talk in person because I currently work in a place that is very close to this new one. So I went there and talked to him. Then on Wednesday I had my soccer at work. On Thursday, I had a music show for Ed Sheeran. It was awesome, but it was so tiring. And then Friday, I was just resting and working. And unfortunately, also on Friday, my childhood cat passed away. So, my other cat is here. The childhood cat, she was my parents' cat. So we had her since she was a baby, like 2 months old. And she watched me grow from childhood until adulthood. So yeah, she was very, very cute and she loved being loved on. So she'll be very missed. I'm not going to talk a lot about her because it still hurts. And then on Saturday, I had a trip with my dad by motorcycle. So I ride motorcycles, he also rides. And we were going to meet a couple of his friends, but they were robbed on the way. So one of them lost her motorcycle, which was not great. And then I also had another interview with the same guy because he wanted me to know the salary for this position. And unfortunately, I'm not sure if I'm going to go through the process because the salary is not what I expected. But we'll see next week what I'm going to do. And then my mother-in-law also came to visit here at home and we had lunch with her. So this was the summary of my week. We had great things, we had really bad things, and well, that's just life, I think. And we are currently on Sunday. Sunday I don't plan to do anything, I just want to stay home and get through my clothes that I need to wash and also organize my apartment. So let's go through the dailies. I did pretty well this week in terms of filling up my dailies and my planner in general. So you can see I filled up every single thing that I did. I also filled up what I ate and also the weather. So it was very, very good. I'm just going to go ahead and do this right here. And I'm going to write that I did shower at the end of the day. So yeah, this is the quick flip through and today we are here on Sunday. So this is the weekly review sheet. We're going to go through it together and we're going to analyze how it went. So let's start with the summary of the week. I'm going to say that I had a lot of interviews. I'm also going to say that I had the Ed Sheeran music show. I'm going to say, unfortunately, that Lila passed away, and I was sad. So that's the summary of this week. Top 3 highlights of the week. I'm going to go with the interview, also the Ed Sheeran music show. And then for the third thing, I'm not sure. Let me just go through and see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, I'm going to write bike trip of my dad. Things that made me proud or happy to get selected for a new position in a different company, even though I am probably not going to work there due to the salary. not just the salary, but also the benefits, the fact that I have to work 4 days in person, and right now I'm working 3 days in person. So a lot of benefits I would lose if I changed companies, and I like my current job, so I don't think I'll be changing it. So I'm thankful for the 15 years that I was able to spend with Lila, and that she passed without suffering too much. I think she did not feel well for a bit, but it was quick, so it was not too bad, I think. It's never good, but some ways are worse than others. So let's go ahead and write exercise, productivity, planning, sleep and rest, spending, mood, and YouTube. Okay, in terms of exercise, I think I'm going to give myself, let me just get back into my habits and check. So today is the 22nd. I did do the collagen. Yesterday I did do the PM routine. I did not do any exercise. I didn't wash my hair. I didn't have any social events. Didn't post for ladies. So in terms of exercise this week, I would say I did pretty well. I'm going to give myself a 4 because my goal was to do 4 days of exercise. I did 3, so it was good. In terms of productivity, I'm going to give myself a 2 again. I'm not very productive this past few weeks, so I have to get back into my game. In terms of planning, I did very, very well. In terms of sleep, I would say a 2 because I did go to sleep very, very late on Thursday because of the show. Spending, also bad. I did spend a lot of money this week. My mood, it was not that great. I'm going to give myself a 3. YouTube, I'm also going to give myself a 3 because I didn't post anything on Wednesday and I was supposed to post this video yesterday, so I am a little bit late. Best of the week, interviews, Ed Sheeran music show, motorcycle trip with my dad. And I think that's pretty much it for this week. There's also one thing else. Booking hotel for trip. So I think that's it for the highlights. Goals that I reached this week. So I was able to budget room for FTB day. Habits I wasn't able to maintain. Let's check. I think I did pretty well this week. Yeah, both from PM routine, morning routine, collagen, exercise, it was okay. YouTube ladies, no. So I'm going to say didn't have enough video ideas for this week. Okay, I'm going to say that. Challenges and lessons learned. I'm going to say sometimes you have to understand that an opportunity might not be the right one. For next week, I have my busy trip with my boyfriend. What else do I have for next week? Let me see here. Oh yeah, I have my one-on-one with my boss. So I want to try a promotion with my boss. Especially because I know that in terms of market, I have a good curriculum, I have a good job, I have good job opportunity, so I want to talk to him about a possible promotion, especially because I'm doing quite well in terms of work. So we'll see how it goes next week. And that's pretty much it for this weekly review. Now let's go back and do our weekly review tasks. So I have to count project hours, I did that. Update weekly, did that. Budget and meals, already done. Cross day on the monthly view. So I think I didn't do that for Saturday. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that. And then check habits is done. Write mood and weather. I think I didn't do it for yesterday. It's been 2 days. Yeah, it's been 2 days. So for the 20th, it was sunny. So I'm just going to put here 3. On the 21st, it was cloudy. And on the 22nd, which is today, I'm not sure what's going to be yet, but I think it's going to be cloudy. Now let's go ahead and fill up the mood. So on Friday, which was the 20th, I was sad. I think it's the first time in the year that I'm actually sad, and it's because of my childhood cat who passed away. On the 21st, I was happy. I was not actually in a good mood, but then I was able to do quite a few things, so I would say I'm proud and accomplished. And today we'll see how it's going to go. So that's pretty much it. Now that we're done with this, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my cards. So we have the daily review, which is pretty much this. It's done. Then we have the weekly review. So I need to complete the daily sheets. They are pretty much completed. I don't need to do anything else. And then I have to update the weeklies with my project hours and deliverables. And that's what we're going to do right now. So let's go back onto Monday. And we're going to write down how many hours we spent for each project. So I have 3 projects that I usually work on. So it's going to be the 70002, 53068, and 75049. So on Monday, I had 1 hour and a half for this first one. Then I had 2 hours for the second one. And I had 1 hour for this. And the rest was just training. So training, I did 4 hours. There you go. And this gives us exactly 8 hours and a half. On Tuesday, I had training first, and this was 1 hour. I'm trying to get over the training matrix that they gave me, because it's one of those things that you have to have a couple of different trainings to be able to be promoted. So I'm going through them. Then I have 53068, which is going to be 4 hours and a half. And then 75049 is going to be 3 hours. And this gives us again 8 hours and a half. On Wednesday, I had 7002, and this was 2 hours. 53068 was 5 hours and a half. And then 75049 was just 1 hour. On Thursday, I had 7002, and this was just 1 hour. 53068 was 2 hours and a half, 3 hours and a half, and then 75049 was 3 hours. I think I'm missing something. Let me check. So 6 hours and a half, 7. I'm missing 1 hour. Here's 2, 3 and a half, 6 and a half. What am I missing? Did I not count it right? Yeah, it's 4 hours and a half here. Okay. Now on Friday, I have 7002, and this was 2 hours and a half. The 75049 was also 2 hours and a half. And then the 53068 was 3 hours and a half. Perfect. So in total, we have 7002, 53068, 75049, and training. For training, I think I did 5 hours. Yeah, 5 hours of training this week. For 7002, 1.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 7 hours. For this other one was 5.5, 6, 11, 15 and a half, 14, 17 hours. And then for the third one, I had 2, 5, 6, 9, 11 and a half. So if we add everything up, we have here 24, 35 and a half, 40 and a half. I'm missing 2 hours. So let's go again. This is going to be 10, 11. This is going to be 19 hours. That's what I got wrong. So 19 hours here. Okay, that's going to be very, very messy, but let's just roll with it. Now let's go for 53068. This is going to be probably a lot of raw data analysis. So I have T1 support, I have T3 support, I have T1 meeting, I have T3 meeting, and then I have T3 data. Let's check. So starting on Monday, I have here data, half an hour, and then 4 hours and a half, 6 hours and a half. So 6 hours and a half here. Here as well. 6 hours and a half, 7 hours, 10 hours. 10 hours for data here. Then for T1 support, I also had quite a few hours. 1 hour here, half an hour here, 1 hour and a half, 3 hours, 3 hours. So 3 hours here for T1 support. For T3 support, I had half an hour here, half an hour, and that's it. Half an hour. Now in terms of meetings, for T1, I had 3 hours here, 3, 4, 5. I had 5 hours of meetings this week for this. And for T3, I think I had half an hour maybe. Let's see. T3 meeting. T3 meeting here is half an hour, exactly. And I think that's all. Let's add everything up and see. So I have 4, 19, 19 here, exactly. Perfect. Now let's go on to 75049. I have support and I have anchoring and SIL. So for support, I had 2 hours, 5 hours, 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 and a half hours, 10 and a half, and then for NCL I had 1 hour, and this gives us 11 and a half exactly. And then for training, I did a couple different trainings. Let me check what I did. So training, it was pretty much it. So I had the press menu, which was 1 hour, just the press, which was 1 hour as well. Then I had moldy, which was 1 hour. So I have 3 hours here. What was the other one that I did? I'm just going to put 2 here. And then the other one I did was 1 hour, which was ASD, which gives us 5 hours exactly. Perfect. We are done with that. Was a little bit harder than it usually is, but that's okay. I'm just going to grab my mild liners now. Okay, we are back. So let me check the colors of each one of these. So I have pink, blue, green, and yellow. So green is going to be for this 7002. Yellow is going to be for training. Last week I did just 1 hour of training, so this week I did pretty well. Then we have 75049, which is going to be in pink. Last week I did 24 hours and a half because I did travel to follow a activity related to this project. So this week I didn't do as much. Okay, now we're done with this part. Let's see what else we need to do. So we did update the weeklies now with meeting, project, and the deliverable hours. Then update meals we did. Update habit tracker is done. Now we have to check the weekly tasks. So let's go back into our weekly. I'm going to go ahead and remove this marker. And I'm going to put my pages back. Let's go ahead and put these here and these here as well. So let's check what got done and what didn't this week. So complete ETS I did, test procedure template I did not, so I'm going to have to do it next week. Same for the RLI template. Check raw data I did, but I didn't finish. Comment mounting report I didn't do because there was no mounting report to comment. So I'm just going to move it to next week. Partial report T3 I did not do. Handling revision I did my part, but it's not done. So let me go ahead and mark the recurring tasks, which are these ones at the top. I have to update my weekly control and complete my ETS. And then what I didn't get done, I'm just going to go ahead and mark down in pink. Things that I didn't get done and I can kind of do next week. Whoops, that's okay. Comment mounting report. Well, I'm going to put this in yellow because it depends on someone else to finish the report for me to comment. Same for the handling. And then the partial report is all on me. I have to do that. And check raw data. I kind of did finish that, but not completely. So I have to get this next week as well. Okay, so everything that is in pink and yellow, I'm going to go ahead and write at the back why I didn't finish. So test procedure template, waiting on everyone to comment on the name of the channels. So technically, I'm waiting on someone, so I'm just going to put it in yellow like that. So next is the RLI template. Wasn't motivated to do this task. This week I had the time to do it, but I just didn't want to do it. But I have to get it done, so I need to do it next week. Check raw data for T3 of 068. Pretty much done, but there was a lot to analyze, so I have to finish this next week. Then the partial report for T3 I didn't do because I need to finish the raw data analysis. Okay, and then comment on mounting report. The report was not finished, so I need to wait to get it sent to me. And finally, the handling revision for T3 068. Antoine didn't comment on IDC, and I was going to issue it without him, but T asked to try to talk to him again, so I'm waiting for his okay to issue it. Okay, so that's pretty much everything for the tasks, and I think we are pretty much done with the weekly review now, because then I just needed to update the weekly budget. Yeah, let's just go back into the monthly and see if we were able to finish anything. I think we are pretty close to finishing this now, but no, I didn't finish anything else. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave your like and also subscribe here to my channel. Thank you so much for the 600 subscribers. I just found out that we beat the 600. Now, like I said in the previous video, my goal is to be at 1000 by the end of the year. So if you're not subscribed yet, please do. It's going to help me a lot. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.